Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are finally breaking into the Occult Adventures book and going over one of the classes in there. This is the first of the many of those classes. We are going to go over the Kineticist this time. I am going to create a Kineticist that uses water. I picked water for the reason that I usually wouldn't pick water. I'd pick fire or something else. So this is just a challenge to me to see if I can just make it work without relying on the typical reliance of fire burn stuff. The Kineticist has a hit dice of a d8. Your most important stats is your Constitution and your Dex. The reason is both of them determine the save DCs of the powers you use. And then I would pick one of the mental abilities to be high for role-playing purposes. This class has a cleric's base attack bonus, so it progresses slower than a fighter, faster than a wizard. The best saves for this class is the fortitude and reflex saves. This class is proficient in all simple weapons and light armor. So with that, I would start the game with a Morning Star, a light crossbow if I can afford it, a sling if I can't, and then upgrade to a light crossbow, studded leather armor, and then I'd move that into a chain shirt after an adventure or two. The feats I would pick for the 5 levels of class would be improved initiative, parting blast, and extra wild talent. That said, the talent list is a little limited at the low levels, especially since you only get access to one element until about level 7, when you can start incorporating another element into your talent list. So at level 1, you start with elemental focus, which for me was water, and gives me the bonus wild talent water blast, which allows me to do a 30-foot range touch for 1d6 plus half my con modifier in energy damage, or do a physical attack at 1d6 plus my con modifier in damage. You get wild talents usable at will as a standard action, so you can use them as many times per day. So where you're very limited in what you know and what you can cast, you can use it essentially with no restraint. The spell level that you can select from when you're picking your wild talents is equal to half your level. At first level it's 1, at 4th level it would be 2, and at 18th level it would be 9. So the DC is equal to the spell level of the talent plus your con modifier plus 10. You get a new wild talent at 2nd level and another one every 2 levels thereafter. Your talents could do damage to your body in the form of burn. Most of them at the beginning don't, but if you modify them with infusions, which I'll get into next, they can boost the spell or modify the spell in different ways, and the cost of that is subdual damage to you in the form of burn. Keep burn separate because burn cannot be healed with magic. Burn only goes away after you rest. Next would be infusions. You gain 1 infusion talent at this level, and then plus another one every 2 levels thereafter. I will go over what wild talents and infusions I have selected for this last, just like I do on a spellcaster on their spells. You also at level 1 get gather power. If you have both hands free, this becomes very visual and audible for everyone around. You could see the elements start swirling around your character within 20 feet. If you use this as a move action, it reduces burn by 1. If you do this as a full round action, gathering the energy, you can reduce burn up to 2 points. If you do this as a full round plus a move action, which is the maximum you can do this, you can reduce burn up to 3 points. But if you take damage when it becomes a full round or a full round and a move action, you have to make a constitution save, a concentration save, or lose the power you have gathered. At level 2, you get elemental defense, which is a shroud of water in my character's case, and it's a +4 to AC or a +2 shield bonus. So you get to choose how you're using it. You get a utility wild talent this level. At level 3, you get elemental overflow +1. If you have any burn accumulated that day, you get to gain a bonus to your attack and damage with all your talents. At level 3, you get an infusion. At level 4, you get a utility wild talent. At level 5, you get another infusion. But at level 5, you also get an infusion specialization. When using 2 or more infusions on a spell or a wild talent, you can reduce the burn by 1 point. At this level, you also get Kineticist Empower. For the cost of 1 burn, you can apply the Empower metamagic feat to one of your wild talents as you're using it. And it just costs 1 burn each time you wish to use it. And it can be a different talent every time. So, with that, let's go into infusions and wild talents. Infusions. At level 1, I'd take Quenching, which causes 1 burn. When you use your talent, torches, light sources, and I believe it's a 20-foot radius. When you use your talent, this will cause them all to just snuff out. At level 3, I took Extended Range, so my Kinetic Blast, the Water Blast ability, it has a 30-foot range. This extends it to 120 feet. And then level 5, I took Torrent. The extended range has a burn of 1, and then Torrent has a burn of 2. The wild talents that I picked at level 1 was Slick, so think Grease Spell on the floor. And then level 2, I took Kinetic Healer, so at any point if I needed to heal myself or heal an ally, I could. There just wasn't a lot of options underwater for wild talents that seemed appealing to me outside of that. But how the healer one works is the damage you could do with your Kinetic Blast is the amount of points you can heal with a physical touch attack. And then at level 4, I took Veil of Mists, which is like Disguise Self. So you can use that as the spell Disguise Self to impersonate, so on and so forth. Use your devious mind for how that would go. If anyone's played a Kineticist or anyone's seen a Kineticist played in their game and was built differently, I look forward to hearing about it. Just put it in the comments below. Until we meet again.